Hey guys, welcome back to Super Switch U. Didn't have a whole lot to talk about today. I just kind of feel like I need to keep working on these, otherwise, I might fall out of it again. And I was trying to be really consistent. Um, but not that I'm just gonna sit here and ramble for 20 minutes. I'm gonna try to keep it to 15. But in all seriousness, though, the pre-orders go live in 4 days. I think. I don't know. I lose track of days. But Thursday. So this week, pretty much. Um, so, kind of wanted to just talk about what I've seen as far as what's available to pre-order, what's listed, pricing, uh, plans for trying to get this, and also, um, I got something hung up in here, so now there's a little bit of decor, so it's not such a big white plain background. Even though I did place that weird, and so my head's gonna block it most of the time. So I'm gonna try to be over here, at least today, and be like, look, Zelda Echoes of Wisdom banner. Um, yeah. But with that, let's go into this because I know some of you may have kept track of this, some of you may not have. I've been looking at this almost daily, like religiously, And there's not a lot of games that are up for pre-order or even listed like it's gonna go up. Um, Places like Best Buy have 14 listings, but that also includes two of these things being special edition. So, is that like 12 games in total? Similar situation over Target and Walmart and GameStop. GameStop's got a lot that are coming out later that don't have a release date. Things like Pokemon Legends ZA, Metroid Prime 4, Drag X Drive, Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment, Kirby Air Riders. Not that you could actually pre order these things if you wanted to, they are just there. But really, what concerns me more is the lack of day one physical titles to pre order. Because I know there was a lot said in the direct, and there's a lot said on the website and things that are uh, supposed to be available. Stuff like Hogwarts Legacy, Puyo Puyo Tetris 2S, Yakuza 0, something else. Oh, Cyberpunk 2077, something that I was gonna like look further into, but if it's digital only, it's not something I'm gonna like worry about for a while because then I could just whenever pick that up. But it's the physical games that some people are thinking there might be limited supply on. So I was wanting to try to get some of those. However, like I said, that list is a little slim pickings. Now obviously you got Mario Kart World. Everybody's got that shown that it's gonna go up. And then the most that I've seen elsewhere, Bravely Default HD Remaster, which is a game key card. Street Fighter 6 Year 1 through 2 Fighters Edition, also game key card. Breath of the Wild, The Tears of the Kingdom, Switch 2 editions that are just not worth $70 and $80. And then Rune Factory Guardians of Azuma. If I could freaking talk today, that would be great. Which I know nothing about, but that's also a Switch 2 edition. So, only like three things that are Switch 2 exclusive. And only one freaking game that can only be played on the Switch 2 when it comes to day one. Because Street Fighter 6 is obviously on the other platforms. Bravely Default is a remaster of a 3DS game. So, I mean, take that as you will. I just made this difficult. Like, when it came to other system launches, and especially Nintendo launches, I have always found games that I wanted to get, even with the 3DSs, which was lacking in solid Nintendo titles. I still ended up picking up Steel Diver, Super Monkey Ball, and Street Fighter 4 because that wasn't a game key card like 6 is, which is really making this difficult. I know I'm going to complain about it a lot, but it's true. What's the point? What is the point of a game key card? You have to put the cartridge every time in there to play it, but you're downloading the whole thing. So the cartridge feels like a waste of time. But if it was digital, I'd never buy it. So okay. So yeah, I mean 3DS had stuff. Wii U, I ended up with New Super Mario Bros. U. Nintendo Land, I picked up Tank 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 and Rabbids Land, which was not great. Going back to it, actually, weird story. Rabbids Land came out like a week before the system did. I picked it up. I mean, GameStop told me it was available. It was sitting there. I was like, screw it, might as well get it before they do something else with my copy. And I just looked at it for a week. So, but there was always stuff to buy on day one. There was always more than one game I was after. This time, I'm not so sure. I've been sitting here looking, even though if I get this thing, it's going to be like barely. And I don't know that I could get more than one. But in the event that I can sell my big stack of games and switch one and have some surplus there, I'm obviously not going to have $100 for another set of Joy-Cons. I'm not going to have $80 for like a Pro controller or whatever. So I'm going to want something else to play besides Mario Kart. And if I can't figure it out for another game, it may end up just going straight into Donkey Kong Bonanza, which that was July 17th, so like a month and a half later. Which means for a month and a half, it's Mario Kart World. Because I know how I get with these things, and I don't know if other people are the same way, but when a new system comes out, it's all that system for a long time. Unless I run out of stuff to play. And then it starts to be a question of, was this even worth my time? I'm trying not to get it to that point. But I also know a few things, right? We don't know a lot coming out past day one. At least as far as like specific launch days, right? Let me come back over here. Sorry. Trying out this new headset. Getting used to it. So when it comes to everything past that, there's some Switch 2 editions, right? Mario Party Jamboree Switch 2 edition is end of July. Kirby's is the end of August. But as far as new games, Story of Seasons Grand Bazaar at the end of August. No Sleep for Kaname Date is end of July, is 25th. Daemon X Machina is September 5th. And then I did see, was it Star Wars Outlaws is September 5th as well. So, but I mean, I don't see that listed anywhere, so it's not like you can just go pre-order that at this point. But I mean, it's not any real bangers after that, right? I mean, Metroid Prime 4 is supposed to come out sometime this year. So is Kirby Air Riders. So is Pokemon Legends ZA, and then um, Hyrule Warriors. It could be assumed that it was this year, right? But they didn't say 2025. They said this winter, and that could also mean the beginning of 2026 if you really think about it. It could be January or February. I really hope not. I was hoping for like end of November, beginning of December for that game. But, worse things have happened. So, yeah, with so many gaps there, right? I want stuff to play because yeah, I could keep working on my Switch 1 library, and I probably will for a good chunk of that. But I want the reason there for having spent $500 plus on this thing if I can figure it out in the first place. If I can't, whole conversation doesn't even matter. But I can tell you this: uh, work just miraculously gave me an out for Thursday. That was crazy, because my former boss, who's still technically a merchandiser boss, just not for my region, called asking if I could help on Saturday, which is supposed to be my day off, Friday, Saturdays. And I said, you know, hold on a second, because I want Thursday off. How about we just swap them? They went with it. Like they gladly jumped on that. So I have the day off. I'm gonna go stand in a line on Thursday for Switch 2 pre-orders. Um, I'll find somebody to watch Logan if I have to. Um, I'm doing it. Like I got the day. I'm gonna go stand in a GameStop line. I'm gonna put my $50 down and maybe $5 at Mario Kart. Even though that's another thing, another discussion point. I am not fully convinced not to just go for the bundle. I hate doing digital. It's gonna kill me in my soul to do that. But it's saving $30. $30 would get me a case for this thing. $30 would be most of the way to a Bravely Default remaster if I wanted it, but I'm not sold on that one. I'm not. If I'm gonna cave on a game key card, it's gonna be Street Fighter 6, which surprisingly is not $70 or $80 either, right? If you guys have looked, every retailer in the U.S. at least, Best Buy, Target, Walmart, GameStop, all have it listed for $59.99, $60, like a regular game, at least in the last 20 years. So I might. I might actually do that. I've been really thinking about it. It looks amazing. I like Street Fighter. It'd be weird not to have 4 and 5 on playable on Switch 2 or Switch 1, but it's fine. I mean, that collection gives us a good chunk, and then 6 on top of that. I think asking for 5 at this point would be too much, but we could always get a 4. We could redo it for whatever reason. So, yeah, I sidetracked myself here a little bit. So I'm still not sure which version of that I'm gonna go pre-order. And then you watch. I'm gonna pre-order this thing, and it's gonna turn out that I'm gonna win Nintendo Prime's giveaway. Just fine. It's fine because my wife also wants a Switch 2. If we won it, I would I would not have to buy a second one. It would be great. So hopefully that one works out. But either way, uh, if I go with the digital Mario Kart bundle, I'm just gonna be on the lookout for a used or discounted copy of World at some point later. Because once I find it at a $60 or less price point, I'll just buy the physical copy and then not worry about it. Which I get. I get it ultimately means I paid more than $80 for Mario Kart. But I'd have my physical copy. And I wouldn't have to buy it day one for $80. Just, yeah, I don't know. The more I sit here and think about it, the stupider that sounds, doesn't it? Um, I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think? Feel free to tell me in the comments if I'm stupid for for thinking to do the digital bundle to buy the physical one later, because there's no way I'm ever going to find it for under $30. It's not going to happen. Um, it's just I don't know, man. I did the calculations on this. I got me a whole sheet pulled up with all the cost after tax, at least for Oklahoma's sake here. And that bundle, it would keep it at a nice $549.96, which is so much better than looking at this $582.96 for buying the two separately. Yeah, I mean it's more than 30. Oh, I don't know. But I will say, I'm pulling this up. I want to make sure this is still listed because the people at GameStop didn't think that they were getting any pre-orders on Thursday except for what was on the thing Nintendo put out with the price changes. So, I don't know. They don't always get the information that they need. But the case that I'm after is not the Nintendo one. It's too expensive. Yes, before I go into the ramblings on accessories and stuff, I just want to prove a point, okay? Switch 1, when it came out, I bought a case. I got a nice case, okay? It wasn't just plain black, said Nintendo Switch on it, right? It was the Breath of the Wild case. It was this case, right? And even though it might be a little hard to see on the camera, it's all faded, kind of falling apart. The actual case condition of this thing, like that is still functional the way it is. Had the card slots. This is what I want out of a case, right? And I had choices with Switch 1 until like after launch. Then they started releasing all those harder cases. They weren't soft like that, more protective, but then they didn't have the slots. They had the little plastic garbage. That's what they were. Like if this thing fell out, you lost all your games. As were that, they were like nice and snug. You just pull them out when you need them. Nah, they had the side plastic cases to throw in. Stupid. So stupid. Right? And then this time, when you're just looking, I'm just talking about regular retailers. I know there are like the specialty companies that you can order directly from, have the really high quality stuff, not necessarily designs, but you know, at least options that way. But when you're just going in, like go into GameStop to do the pre-orders and they have the list of stuff, or you go pick it up day one from somewhere like Best Buy at midnight or Target or whatever, you don't have those choices right now. Right now, it's just a black Switch 2 case. No pictures. No nothing. I'll pull it up. I'll look and see if I'm right about the details and stuff on this. Yeah, so like it's got 2 zippers, the little finger strap things or whatever, in different colors. So it's the red and the blue. Has a screen protector in it, but just super freaking plain. Says Nintendo on the back, Nintendo Switch 2 logo on the front, straight black. Right? $40. What makes that $40? I'd pay $40 for something with Mario Kart World on it. I'd pay $40 with for a Donkey Kong Bonanza one. But not that. But GameStop's got one listed. Oh, actually, you know what? I take that back. That is not actually a design on there, is it? That's just on the packaging. So I guess this thing's just straight black, too. That's kind of lame. Still, like half the price. Because Nintendo's is $39.99. But GameStop's got their branded case for Switch 2, $19.99. Says it's a hard shell case, 10 cartridge slots, backwards compatible with Nintendo Switch. So I guess you could just put a regular Switch in there. That's not helpful at all. And a little carry handle, just like the other one, straight black. I thought it had the picture of the rabbit on there, the GameStop rabbit, but it sure doesn't. It's just on the cardboard sleeve. I don't even have pictures of this thing, but I'm like, yeah, I'm buying that one unless somebody else comes out with something. They come out with something like this. Doesn't have to be Breath of the Wild. Doesn't have to be Tears of the Kingdom. Could be Mario Kart. Could be Street Fighter. If Capcom wanted to throw out a case or license it to somebody and just put Street Fighter on one, even if I didn't pick up the game, I'd pick up the case. Like just to have something nicer than that, than just a straight black logo on it. But yeah, and I know I've been talking for a bit now. I don't even know that there's like a point 2 in this thing. I do know I just kind of wanted to get some thoughts out before pre-order day on Thursday. So no, I guess it's pretty much this is probably a good place to call this one. Yeah, Thursday pre-orders go up. It's gonna be madness for a while. Even with people complaining about the price, I complain about the price, and people complaining about Mario Kart. Those lines are gonna suck on Thursday. There might be people already camping out today in some places for Thursday. Must be nice to not have to go to work for 4 days and just hang out in a tent. But nah, I can't do all that. But I will be there on Thursday to get mine, hopefully pre-ordered. And I'll figure out a game. But if you guys have suggestions just from what you guys like, what you're excited for, comment it below. Try to persuade me to give something else a try. All right? If it's Street Fighter, if it's Bravely Default, Rune Factory, whatever, right? We could talk about anything. Seriously, like if you guys have specific plans for Thursday to get yours, if you're just camping out on that computer ready to click that button as soon as it pops up, if you're gonna go hang out for anywhere from 3 to 24 hours in a line, I mean, I definitely definitely approve of that one. But I'm old school, so that's what we did. That's what we did for the Wii. It's what we did for 3DS, for the Wii U, Switch. I was waiting in the line at midnight for Switch. But yeah, just tell me all about it. Like what you're gonna do, what you plan on picking up, and then sometime this weekend. I'm not gonna make promises. Maybe Friday, maybe Saturday, maybe Thursday after it's all said and done. I'll make another video, and I'll talk about exactly what happened, if I was successful, what I picked up, and we can discuss it more then too. So that's all I got for you guys today. Uh, Probably gonna be slim on videos until some actual like news comes up to talk about. But I'm gonna try to do at least one a week. That much I'll promise. Just at least one. But if there's things you want me to talk about, want to discuss, absolutely put that in the comment section. Hit the like button, subscribe. That's it. I will see you guys next time.